If you believe you have experienced harassment or discrimination, you have options. You can consult with the Office of Human Rights and Equity and simply ask that a record of your concerns be kept on file. You may also request that your concerns are handled through an informal resolution, or request that an investigation be undertaken into your matter. There is no deadline for making a complaint under this policy. However, you are encouraged to make a complaint as soon as you have made the decision and are able to do so to minimize any loss of evidence due to the passage of time. A request to investigate is normally made by the complainant. However, the responsible authority may determine that St. FX is required to undertake its own investigation when there is a serious risk of harm, there is a risk to the safety of the university or broader community, multiple complaints have been made against the same person, or objective evidence is available. If you've been threatened or have safety concerns, report this immediately to the Human Rights and Equity Office, the Director of Human Resources, the Director of Student Life, or the Director of Risk Management. While the procedures in this policy are underway, the university may take non-disciplinary steps for the safety or well-being of the parties to minimize disruption to the learning, living, or working environment, or to maintain the integrity of the investigation. In exceptional cases, the university may remove the respondent while the allegations are fully investigated. This does not constitute a disciplinary measure and is not to be viewed as a judgment of the credibility of the complainant or respondent or eventual disposition of the complaint. Complainants have several ways to address their concerns, including informal and formal measures. Let's look at the informal measures now. When appropriate, a complainant may wish to resolve their matter without an investigation or prior to the conclusion of the formal investigation process. All parties must be willing to engage in the informal resolution process and can withdraw from the process at any time. Information or admissions shared in the process cannot be used against either party in an investigation under this policy or any other proceedings at St. FX unless all parties have mutually agreed to the use of the information in such proceedings. The founding principle of an alternative resolution is that the respondent accepts responsibility for causing harm. The goal of alternative resolution is mutual understanding, safety, education, and remediation. Resolution can take many forms, including a voluntary apology letter from the respondent, a written agreement that includes behavioral expectations, education, or training, or a voluntary agreement by the respondent to other measures. Now that we've explored options for informal resolution, let's look at the formal investigation process. An investigation may be initiated by making a written or verbal statement setting out the full particulars of the alleged discrimination or harassment, a summary of relevant evidence available, and requested outcome or remedy. It can also be initiated by a brief written or oral statement that contains the name of the respondent, the dates and general nature of the allegation, and a request that details be taken by the investigator so as to avoid the complainant having to tell their story on multiple occasions. The next video looks at the investigation process.